Okay, how do we solve with fractions? Well, like here's an example. What's a fifth part of a foot? And toe is not the answer. Okay, so here we go. And you have to remember this here. You need to undo things just like in our mechanic, how he undoes things. The first thing he opens before he can work is the hood. So that's the last thing I want to do. So here, normally think about multiplying by 2/3. So I want to undo the adding of subtracting of 14, which I do by doing its opposite, which is adding 14. Always undo by doing the opposite. So, but I need to keep my scales balanced. My equation is like a scale. So if I add 14 here, I have to add 14 to the other side to keep it balanced. So therefore these will cancel because now it's balanced. So I have this 2/3 A equals 75 because 61 plus 14 is 75. Now I have a couple of options here, but I'm just going to do this first. I'm going to multiply by 3 because most of us don't like fractions. So if I multiply by 3, those will cancel. So I have 2A equals 225. And now what I need to do is just divide by 2. When I divide by 2, 225. You can keep it 225 over 2, which I kind of like to as a math teacher, an improper fraction. Improper means the larger number is the numerator on top with the denominator being smaller. But that divides to make 112.5 or 112 and a half, depending on which way you want to write the problem out. So let's look at another one here. Now this time the 6 is in front. So what I kind of want to do is treat that as a positive 6, and I'm going to undo that by basically adding -6 or minusing 6. Adding -6 and minusing 6 are the same, but what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. It's going to cancel out there, and that's going to leave that -2/9 V equals, and remember, -14 minus 6 means it's kind of like you borrowed $14 and now you borrowed 6 more, so you owe me 20. You don't get away with just owing me 8 because you borrowed more money. All right? So now what I want to do is this. I'm probably going to multiply everything by 9. If I multiply by 9, I get the 9s will cancel out there. So I just don't like the fractions. Make it easier. Now I have this -2V, which I can divide by -2. And I cancel out that. So I get V equals 90. It's just got a few more steps in it. There are other ways you can do this. You can kind of do things maybe at the same time. A fraction, I think, is just make it easy. Get rid of the fractions. And I can do that by simply multiplying by the denominator.